Sometimes to get organized, you have to create a mess. But it's getting there. Right, Amanda?
Yes.
I was so excited when I received a phone call from a friend of mine that wanted me to help her organize her kitchen. Now, in 2016, Southeast Louisiana experienced a 1 in 1,000-year flood. In about 3 days, we got about 20 inches of rain, and thousands of people, their homes were flooded, and my friend was one of them. It took them 2 years to rebuild because of the requirements of the National Flood Insurance Program. So it took them 2 years to rebuild, and they've been living in it for 4 years. And so after 4 years, she's realized that the system she had in place isn't really working anymore. So she wanted me to help her come in and redo everything so that she could have that new kitchen that she had 4 years ago. I'm going to share with you some organizing tips that I shared with her as we were working on her kitchen that will just help you get your space in the order you want it in and organize the way you want it. And it will just help you, work in that space more efficiently. And so I'm going to share with you the tips that I shared with her. But before I get started, I wanted to welcome you to my channel. If you're new here, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. If you like home decor, organizing, meal ideas, things like that, I would love it if you would be a part of my YouTube family. So hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell button. But let me go ahead and share with you the tips that I use to help get her kitchen back to that new state again. Before I get into the tips, I just kind of wanted to show you a little overview of her drawers and cabinets before we started organizing. And you can see that, things just kind of were thrown into drawers and thrown into cabinets. So, it gets to a point where you just kind of lose track of what you have and how much of something you have, and things just kind of spiral out of control from there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get into the tips, and I'm going to show you how we organized her kitchen. Tip number 1 is to declutter. It is so much easier to function in a space that is just rid of all the clutter. Let's be honest, over time, we all collect things and stick things in drawers and in cabinets, and we wouldn't normally, but once we start doing that, we get into this, kind of pattern, and then things just start building up. So the number one thing to do before you can organize anything is to declutter. Okay, now we've got all this stuff down here. Is this stuff you want to separate, or do you want to just throw it away?
I would love to throw it away. However, those are screws, so my husband will be like, "What'd you do with all the screws?"
Okay, well, they're in the back of the drawer. So chances are he hasn't thought about them in a long time.
Probably not.
So let's go ahead and just throw them away. Just
Okay.
gather all these things and just throw them away. When you're decluttering, you want to make sure you clear out. I like to give a tip to just take one space at a time, empty it out, go through everything in that drawer, and you want to make a space for, throwing something away. Just go ahead and get a trash bag out. Make a space for donating, whether you're going to donate it to an organization or to someone else. Maybe you have a child that has moved out and they might need some kitchen items or whatever. Go ahead and make a pile for them. And then you can make a keep pile, things that you want to keep, that you're going to put back into a cabinet or a drawer. And that way you'll have everything split up, so it's easier. Once you are ready, you've cleaned out that drawer, cleaned out that cabinet, and you're ready to start putting stuff back in, you know exactly what you're putting back in. You're not trying to figure it out at the last minute. So you want to declutter and then kind of, you know, separate into different piles. The next tip is to use containers. It doesn't matter how organized you put something, you know, you make a drawer or whatever when you first organize. Over time, we get in a hurry and we get lazy, or, you know, we just don't feel like, you know, putting it back exactly where it belongs. But if everything has an exact spot, it makes it so much easier to stay organized. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You can use things like these little containers that you get from Dollar Tree, things like this. They have them in different colors. You can use white, you can use, you know, this could be orange for one child, red for another child, whatever. But use containers for everything. Even if you have, you know, cabinets, if you have a ton of water bottles, put them in a container. That way when you need a water bottle, you just take this off the cabinet, you take the container off the cabinet, get what you need, put the container back onto the shelf in the cabinet. Or if you have drawers, pen drawer, pen container, spare change container. But this, if everything you have in a drawer has a space, then when you go to put those thumbtacks in your drawer, you're not just throwing them in the drawer, you're putting them in its designated space. Containers are your friend. You can find them as inexpensive as getting them from Dollar Tree. You can order them from Amazon. You can get them from Target, Walmart. They're everywhere. Everyone loves to try to organize, so take advantage of having so many choices for those containers for organizing. The third tip is to take advantage of vertical real estate. When you have cabinets that have really short shelf space, like maybe like this, you don't have to worry about the vertical real estate. But sometimes your cabinets, like the ones in our house, they have a lot of space. In my friend's house, her cabinets, some of the shelves had a lot of space in between from the bottom shelf to the next shelf up. So you want to take advantage of that vertical real estate. Now, you can make best use of that vertical space by using the plastic shelves that you can get from Dollar Tree, Home Goods, Amazon. But instead of having a stack of casserole dishes that you have to take off a shelf, that can get pretty heavy, you just stack a couple underneath the shelf and then on top of the shelf. The shelves, the little plastic shelves, really do help a lot with your cabinet vertical space. All right, we are finished organizing this beautiful kitchen. And here is the countertop. We did take a lot of stuff off the counter because once we decluttered, we had a lot of room in the drawers and stuff. So let me show you around. Everybody has one, but this is a before shot of the junk drawer. This was the junk drawer. It's not junky anymore. And then we have a cabinet here. And unfortunately, look how good that looks. That looks really, so unfortunately, the day after I finished this, her son got sick, and so I couldn't come over the next day. Look at that empty drawer. So Amanda learned so much from just the first day that she actually was able to, we texted, we did pictures, and she did, let's go over here. She did a lot of this on her own too. Look at that. half an empty drawer, beautiful, and then an empty drawer, yay. All right, and then let's look up those at the cabinet above the microwave. She has all their medicine up there in baskets. So when something's high, it's good to have it in baskets, that way it's easier to just take down. All right. This is a before shot of her spice cabinet. And then she was super excited about her spice cabinet. So, and then she has 2 empty shelves up there. And then down here in these drawers, she purged a lot and we organized those. These are little wooden containers, but then this is like a little utensil caddy. So she's got both of those in there. And down here, she purged a lot of her Tupperware drawer, yay. Got all the lids together. And then down here looks awesome because now everything, again, contained, so it's easier to keep it contained. All right, and then over here, we have this cabinet.
Oh, that's empty because we moved it.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that's empty, so that'll be an empty shelf. And then she put command hooks for her cups and little measuring spoons. And then here, she has, these are the things she uses the most, so they're the easiest to get to. And then we use the shelf there. So that way if she needs to use, you know, that one, she doesn't have a whole stack of stuff to take out. And then that one thing up there, because she hardly ever uses that. Then we have this for their plates and mixing bowls, and then things she doesn't want to get rid of, but she doesn't use. So it's up there as well. Now down here,
Used to be my lid drawer.
used to be the lid drawer, and so she has her smaller pots here, some more measuring spoons here, which I just did that, by the way. And then she has skillets, larger pots, and some lids that are contained. She did that all by herself too, so. And then these are the bigger things that wouldn't fit in the middle drawer. Perfect. And then down here, things she doesn't use super often except for that, but it's easy to get to. Then this is a before shot of underneath the kitchen sink. This is beautiful. And she did this one this weekend. Looks so good. And it's easy to find stuff now, isn't it, Amanda?
Yes, it is.
All right, we did all that, and then we got these cabinets. These are all her cups. And then up there are the ones that she doesn't want to get rid of, but she doesn't use that often. Yeah. And then these are the dishes that she uses not frequently, but they are all stacked. Beautiful. And then down here, this is now her coffee station kind of area. And tea. We made this drawer her coffee bar drawer. Beautiful. And then these 3 drawers, hand sanitizers, canned like fragrance, and then outdoor stuff. And then plates that won't fit in the cabinets because of their width. So we have those down there, platters kind of. And that is her beautiful kitchen. I love her island bar. Oh yeah, let's go down here under her island. She organized all that. Go ahead and open that one.
Gotta repair that dish. That's why they're sitting right there.
Yeah. All that's organized. And then down here, this looks so good. She has decor, and then like trays and things, and then crock pot and dishes, like iron skillet kind of dishes. You did so good, Amanda.
Thank you. Oh, my recycle box.
Oh yeah, and she got a recycle box.
So it doesn't end up on the counter.
Yep. Because they didn't have a bin. The bin is downstairs. And they were just kind of setting stuff here. So she has a basket now that they're putting their recycle stuff in. So this is their beautiful kitchen. And it's beautifully clean and organized. Well done, Amanda.
Thank you. Well done to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for stopping by. I really do hope that some of these tips help you when organizing your space. And again, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. Don't forget to click the bell button. Give this video a thumbs up because it does let YouTube know that you're watching my channel. And I will see you next time. Bye.